O'Mara Radio Entertainment.
This episode is sponsored by NatureBox, where you can order great-tasting, healthy snacks right to your door. Snack smarter in the new year with healthy and delicious treats like French toast granola. Support this podcast to get 50% off your first order. Go to naturebox.com and use promo code TMOS. That's naturebox.com, promo code TMOS.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store. And around the world on MikeOMaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Going to the cat house. Going to the cat house.
We call your buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Douche bag.
Well, he's my buddy,
out
too.
Of the, yes, there you go.
He's
yeah, but
my
you didn't
buddy,
say
too.
that, did you?
No. Okay, calling our buddy.
Calling Dennis Hoff in Nevada at the Bunny Ranch. Let's see if he's there. I think he's there. Dennis?
Good morning, Mikey.
Ladies and gentlemen, unofficial mayor of Reno, Nevada, the most famous brothel owner in the state of Nevada, a man who has put the industry on the map, so to speak, and a man who has been running that TV show Cat House for years, a goodwill ambassador, an entrepreneur, a man who knows how to manipulate the tax code.
A man who looks out for his fellow men.
A man who looks out for his fellow men. And a man who is
guy.
And that's a good-looking man.
How could you forget that?
Not like Ron Jeremy, but close.
Oh, God, don't. You know what? I saw that, what was it, Wrecking Ball video that Ron Jeremy did?
Yeah, that's not too horrifying.
That's just, I mean, I could smell it. I could actually smell that video. That's how bad it was.
I was supposed to be in that.
Oh, my God. You would have been better. You would have been better.
Pushing the ball. And I wish I would have went now because it came out so great. But I listen every week, a couple times. I hear your name. I can't ditch you because what happens? When's Mike coming back to Reno? We want to do another one of those parties. That was the best thing we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. We had so much fun.
Well, I don't want to tip the hand, but
careful now.
We are. Let me just say that we will be visiting out west. They'd say
yes
within the year. We have not firmed up the location, but. You know,
I heard you have a guest house.
I do have a guest house and some very famous people have stayed there, and you would fit right in.
Who is the?
Outside, we gave away the Hoff sauces, right?
Right.
Remember the Hoff sauce?
Yes, the Hoff sauce.
Hoff sauce is just like hot sauce, only better.
That's right. Tastes like copper.
I bet I've had 20 of them. People come in here with them, asking me if I'd sign them.
Oh,
really?
That's very cool.
Now, Dennis, let me ask you this. Dennis Hoff from the Bunny Ranch, and if we didn't mention that at the beginning because we're old buddies, so
right.
we talk like that, and we don't take our audience into account and say this is who we're talking to.
Yeah.
You may have seen Dennis on that fabulous HBO series, Cat House, and is that still going strong, right, Dennis?
Yeah, well, what we did is we just came out with a best-of show, and it's a good show, so... we got one more in the can right now.
Oh, that's good. And, we watch that on HBO all the time. And Dennis was on stage with us when we went to Circus in Reno, Nevada.
You know, for a long time, Dennis, we had a trailer for our Reno show on our landing page of our website. And when we entered with some of the lovelies you brought on stage with us, my wife got very familiar with their faces, and she actually saw them on one of her judge shows. I think it might have been Judge Joe Brown. One of your lovelies was suing another lovely.
Two of the ladies?
Yes, the same ones that were on our website.
Two of the ladies sued each other?
Absolutely true.
Oh, that's such a scam.
It was that guy, Judge Alex.
Oh, Judge Alex,
yes.
of course, the handsome Judge
I had
Alex.
the line of the show because what I said was, towards the end, it was getting silly, and I said, Your Honor, excuse me. So he said, step up to the podium, Mr. Hoff. I said, Your Honor, in the interest of justice, I think you should take both of these girls in chambers and spank them.
Yeah.
But Carrie was so excited. I came home that day, and she said, Rob, two of your hookers are on TV.
So what's new in the Dennis Hoff empire? What are you promoting now? You're always doing something. You always got something going on.
Well, we're having fun. We're just always having fun. I have new goals. I like Rob. I decided to take some weight off, and so I had a knee replacement. I lost 73 pounds.
Oh,
congratulations!
I think Rob might have grabbed that back.
Yeah, well, you know what happens? I think I found the weight. Yeah. We're always the same weight when you add us up.
That's good. Congratulations.
This year, my goals are this year is to get I have 7 brothels now. 2 of them are in remodeling stages, and so get them all opened up. My strip club's doing well. I'm not going to miss a day having sex. Sometimes, I'm tired at night, so I say, I'll do it tomorrow morning. No, I'm not missing one day, and I've stuck to it so far.
Oh, God bless you.
How do you, Dennis? How do you do it? I mean, clearly.
Well, there's modern medicine.
Yeah,
That's
but
right, and also the new knee.
I'll tell you what. Here's what happens with the knee. You learn how to master the bottom. I am the master of the bottom.
Okay.
Because what you got to do.
That might have been too much information.
That's where you're at. But yeah, I'm just working hard at it, and I'm sitting here right now. Notice, crank it up. I'm getting my Viagra drip going right now.
Viagra drip.
That's awesome.
Hey, let me ask you. You're doing all the remodeling of all the different brothels. Dennis, I got to ask you a very important question. Granite or marble?
Granite.
Granite.
Yeah,
nice.
Well, you know why? It wipes clean.
The girls, hardwood or carpet? Hardwood.
I love that. So everything's going well, and we're going to see you on TV again, and we will make sure we get in contact with you if we get out to Reno, Nevada, and I think
we're making fun. I just found it out with O'Reilly a few weeks ago. So I'm always having fun doing something. I was honored enough to be able to speak at Trinity College, a university that was established 185 years before we were a country.
Yes.
And so after I did Oxford, so I'm just having fun. I'm sleeping with different women every day. I just wish that I could find a woman my own age.
Yeah, there you go. You're like George Clooney that way. You are, Dennis. You're like Clooney. And who is the hottie du jour? You always have one particular.
Yeah, who's your number one seed?
Yeah, who's the number one seed? Is Oscar?
Well, I got a couple of them here. There's one, Mika Lee. Now, Mika Lee is 20, and she's half Korean. I mentioned a blonde with enhanced and beautiful, and half Korean. So that's been a lot of fun.
Wow, I
a
bet.
whole lot of
Yeah.
fun. There's a new little girl from the East Coast named Zoe.
Zoe.
And I seem to be waking up with Zoe a few times too. But,
So nice of you to share your number one seed.
Exactly. Well, I have to. What my deal is, I'm gonna sleep with a girl every day this year. Now,
Isn't that wonderful?
The other part of that is that of the minimum seven, there has to be 4 new ones.
Oh, look at you.
See, well, that's how you keep it exciting, right? That's how you're able to. That's how you're able to keep your record going.
Absolutely. I'm a record holder.
There you go. You're the man, Dennis Hoff. Dennis, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. And if we get out to Reno, and I think the odds are overwhelming,
Pretty good,
we will.
pretty good, yeah.
We will call on you again and have you bring the half Korean girl out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to bring the army. I'm going to bring the Bunny Ranch Army in. This year we rocked it last year, but you know what? We're going to kill it this next time. I'll bring a bunch of the girls. They'll be ushers in little G-strings and tops. They'll be ushering the people in and handing them a Bunny Ranch menu like a program for the show.
I'll take that.
That'd be good.
I'll take that.
Maybe
I'll
we
take
work
that
on
for
that.
our ushers. That could be
Our
very
official
cool.
hostesses.
It'd be fantastic. Dennis, you rock. Stay safe.
All right, guys.
And enjoy your trip to hell. And we will talk.
You'll be there with me, brother.
I know. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, Dennis.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
I've got to go now. I want to thank you both. Thank you. All right, it's back to you, Jim.
Ollie, don't let her go away. That's what. Does she have a response to that? Is she still there?
What's that?
Did the lady just leave?
Yeah.
Oh, that's too bad. We should have kept that discussion.
She's back if you want her.
Yes.
She heard you.
Yes.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know a response to what the gentleman said. The gentleman's a very effective spokesperson for the company, but obviously the people who live there are not satisfied with his explanation.
Right. So what do you want now?
Well, if I have to teach you how to be a reporter, Ollie, I'll do that later.
Oh, why don't you do that later, Jim? I think the lady expressed herself, and you're not here, you're there. Is there any question you'd like me to ask her?
And no, I'll give you lessons on how to become a reporter later.
Well, I'll
on.
give you some lessons on how to be an editor, because I was your boss once.
Yeah, you were, and are no longer. How did that happen?
Well, I don't know.
Here's Ernest Miller.
Okay, now, wait a minute, Herb. Why don't we ask her a little more about the robbery? Like, what time was it?
What was that?
What time was it?
Oh, all right. What time is it?
It's like 10 a.m.
It's 10 a.m., Jack. You ought to wear a watch. When I was an anchor, I always wore a watch.
No, Herb, ask her what time she heard the shots.
Hey, I'm not going to take reporter lessons from some haircut. This broadcast, by the way, is brought to you by Kale's Brill Cream.
No, it's not.
You son of a bitch.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Live from the Cappy Viper Studios, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. Broadcasting all over the planet, we are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 22 million downloads. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and we are heard over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks!
And give those people back their west parking lot.
Yeah, for God's sake.
You sons of bitches at the university. Let me tell you, this is Mike O'Mara saying, I want everybody, those season ticket holders, those big donors to the Iowa program, they get their place to tailgate.
For one time, Mike, for one flipping time.
That's right.
Please put tradition ahead of the almighty dollar.
Amen.
They took away the West lot?
They did. They're not allowed to put up tents there anymore.
They're screwing the faithful for Iowa. The Hawkeye faithful are being screwed, and we are going to jump on this like nobody's ever jumped on it before. The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why?
Mike, I have a question. Why is that?
Because they get it.
Of course.
Thank you. Do you like having a good time?
I do.
Sure you do.
I do.
So, come hang out with the gang from the Mike O'Mara Show. Hey, that's us.
That is us.
Yeah, we're all going to be at the big game. The Super Bowl! Sue me! Sue me big! Sunday at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, where he'll be broadcasting on television without permission. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I just get so wrapped up with
just
that
come
crap.
on by and buy some of Jimmy's unlicensed Super Bowl merchandise.
I'm bulletproof!
No one can touch me.
Sunday, Jimmy's telecasting the big game. The party officially begins at 4 p.m., and Jimmy is currently accepting your reservations with great enthusiasm. Your other radio partner, and incidentally, all my radio partners have other radio partners.
Of course.
Your other radio partner, Katie Von Herman.
Katie Forbes Powers Van Herman.
Powers Von Herman. She said she jumped on the reservation bandwagon right away. So she's lots of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day.
You know, whenever I watch the State of the Union or see Obama on TV, I remember Katie being here for the re-election night.
That's right.
And we were both pretty wind up, and we were just like little babies.
It was great.
He got elected again.
Yeah, you drink enough red wine, Mike can cry at anything.
That's right. I'm a crier. I'm a crier.
I remember tears streaming down his face. He looked at me. He says, "It's the concession call."
It's true. Jimmy's will be offering 60-cent wings all day long. He was here yesterday, and he said he's just taking a beating. So you guys can
it's
get
what's known as a loss leader.
A loss leader discount wings for everybody. Eat in or take out. And make sure you phone ahead for large orders. Help our guy out. Additional specials include the Beast Burger, the Danger Russ Dog for Russ Wilson, the quarterback of the Seahawks, and yes, Rocky Mountain oysters. And Jimmy, I don't need to see any more pictures of how those are being prepared.
Tried to explain that appetizer to my son last night. He says, "Dad, you don't eat that, do you?" I said, "Well, some people do." He said, "Even the sack?"
I've had them.
Yeah, they're not
Hey,
bad.
that's a pretty good question for an 11-year-old.
Yeah, he likes to talk about that region of the body.
Even the sack. Additional specials include the Beast Burger, the Dangerous Dog, as I said, Rocky Mountain Oysters, and of course, all the great food and fun that always keeps you coming back to Jimmy's. 2 giant TVs. TVs are courtesy of Aaron's Sales and Lease of Leesburg. If you need a TV and you're a bar owner, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't read that right. If you need a TV, please contact Aaron's at 703-777-4577. If you're not coming out to join us, call Aaron's, and I'm sure they can get you a big screen for your party.
As the kids would say, they hook you.
They'll hook you, baby. Jimmy's Old Town Tavern is located at 697 Spring Street in Herndon, Virginia. For more information, go to jimmystavern.com or follow them on Facebook. If you want to make a reservation, that's 703-435-5467. 703-435-5467 or 703-435 Jim.
Hey, no one can touch me.
Jim's. See you this Sunday, and great to be here as usual. Always a pleasure. We have one of our stellar business people.
Yes.
Chris Yoko is in the house right now. He normally isn't somebody who dwells on the microphone, but it's good to have you here, Chris.
Yeah, I think he just nodded.
What he does is he pushes the microphone away. I have him to actually do a microphone test. He says, "Sounds good."
Chris is somebody that I don't talk about a lot because I feel like if I do, it'll all go away. So I'm going to shut up.
Anyway. I will say this. He has been something of a blessing.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Would you now you're going to get me talking.
No. I think that's fair enough.
Good guy.
And we have a business meeting after the show.
We have a business meeting after the show, and I should congratulate Mr. Chris Yoko because he is a new daddy.
Yes.
Woo! Much like me, but the only thing is he's age appropriate.
That's true. That's true.
And I will be talking about my son and some wonderful advice from the pediatrician. Just my kind of medical advice. You are the father of a brand new daughter?
Hold on a sec.
I am.
And your daughter's name, I believe me, this won't last long. You're never a great interview.
Yeah,
the fact is, your daughter's name is?
Ivy Anna Marie.
And Ivy Anna Marie was born about a month ago, right?
Yeah, December 19th.
December 19th. And you know how I know that? Because my son was born on July 19th.
Oh, and there you are.
There you go.
Oh, and there I am.
And there you are, because you know what's going to happen is the next.
That's always what you say when you have nothing to say. Well, there you go.
I was actually doing some family planning of my own, not with my girlfriend, but just overall. I said, if you're going to have a baby and you're in this racket of radio or really business in general or sales,
right?
The December, January delivery, that's a sweet spot for like really your new life coming into your life.
Oh, it's perfect. As a matter of fact, I had Julia born during vacation.
He is telling me the truth. Oscar shared this with me the other night. It's about the funniest thing.
I was pontificating.
And I think I said something to you like, well, good luck with that. Because it's really, I mean, I suppose there are people that can, get lucky with their planning, but it is still getting lucky with your planning.
Yes.
Can't plan when you're having a baby, but Oscar was saying he'd like to make sure that the delivery is right around this time of year because it's good. It's a good downtime.
Yeah, you have the holidays.
Right around the Christmas holiday. Go have the baby then, honey.
And then January generally for advertising, that's just kind of like people just ramping up, setting up their next year. Yes.
Here's some advice. When you're ready to have an offspring, Oscar, what you should do is bone on my birthday.
To celebrate that?
Well, yeah, because that's not only a great way to observe my birthday, Mike. It can result in a child in the third week of December. Just about perfect.
So bone in early March?
Exactly.
And have the baby right around the holiday time that Oscar wants to do.
Exactly. Now, of course, the kid
You
gets
got
mad.
a month to prepare. What?
The kid gets mad because then they have one of those close to Christmas birthdays, and then there's always jerk relatives that say, well, this is a gift that counts for both your birthday and Christmas.
Bigger gifts, though?
Not really. Not with my relatives.
So which child was born in December?
Julia is December 18th.
December. That's tough.
And tough, right?
It's tough, right?
And Robert born.
You got the Christmas, the birthday, right? That's tough.
Cannon has that problem, right?
Cannon Armstrong King.
And Robert 9 months after New Year's Day.
Oh, okay.
So he's a September baby.
Oh, September's perfect.
You get nickel and dime though throughout fall and winter.
Yeah, it's true enough.
I was a June baby, June 22nd.
Which means so that would be there'll be a back to school dalliance for your folks sometime around September.
Gross.
Well, you got to think about it.
I so don't want to think about that.
I was conceived at a drive-in, so yours, I'm sure, is a better story.
You have no idea, like my father, God rest his soul, how Jesuit he was.
I know.
And he'd be looking at, okay.
That's quite enough.
My father was here right there. That's quite enough, Spiewak. Talking about when I climbed on.
I never said that.
Yes, sir. That's when I climbed on.
Now, Oscar, your birthday is when?
March 30th.
So you were a
like
summertime
doing
baby
math.
too.
What?
He was also a summertime baby, maybe July.
Summertime.
Summertime. When the Bolivian sun was high in the sky.
Yes, when the days were very long. I went into my cabin. I pulled across the deerskin to block out the light. And we made beautiful Oscar. Under the guidance of Mount Pichibachapu. It was fantastic. Pony, when were you born?
I was born July 17th. I believe I was conceived right around Halloween.
Yes, in costume.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Hello. I'm Pony Boy.
It just goes to show, Mike.
I was conceived on Halloween.
It just goes to show you that a round plastic pumpkin is a lousy contraceptive.
It's all we had.
We'll hope for the best.
I tried to practice birth control by using used Reese's peanut butter cup wrappers. But it did not work. Anyway.
This condom looks like Dracula.
Hey, we'll get to the State of the Union, the big speech last night. I don't know if any of you got a chance to see it.
I watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing. I I hate it when people always say shocker. When I say I liked it, big capital letters, and somebody goes shocker.
Well, no, but
like
you know
I'm
what?
a one-trick pony all the time. I guess I am.
You're not a one-trick pony because you have actually, especially in the last year, you have had harsh words to say about our president.
That's why Carla calls me a hypocrite.
While still supporting our country. But I thought last night he walked a really delicate line of optimism and being tough.
Well,
I really like this
I'll
speech.
tell you about my whole doctor's thing
Okay.
and pediatricians later, but we'll talk about the State of the Union.
Okay.
First of all, Wolf Blitzer. Okay, I go to CNN.
Hot.
I go to CNN simply because I still have this fantasy that CNN is going to be the least intrusive, and nothing could be further from the truth. Wolf Blitzer, I like the pageantry. I like to watch the whole thing. I got a chance when I went to the Clint Hill book signing, the Secret Service guy that was Jackie Kennedy's Secret Service agent, and I talked to the retired Sergeant at Arms, and I looked at the guy, and I said, God, you're incredibly familiar. And then I had about a half an hour conversation, and he was the guy that for years and years, like with Reagan and with the first Bush, and I think with Clinton, Mr. Speaker, the President of the United States, and that's how I recognized him.
So cool.
So I still like to see that, and because of either the pool camera or Wolf Blitzer, I didn't see it on CNN.
You didn't get that?
I didn't know. They said, and all Wolf was saying, we're now going to listen in. We're going to listen in right now. Okay, we're going to listen. I said, no, we're not. And I said this to the TV, douche. We're not going to do that because you are flapping your gums. Why do they have to just Wolf Blitzer has to babble right up until the moment. It's ridiculous. Just let it happen.
NBC actually did a pretty good job, but I think they got lucky. You know how sometimes when a
Did
disc
you
jockey
see the guy make the announcement?
Heard him.
Nobody saw him.
Did not see him.
They screwed up
Now,
because
do
they were all
have one,
shoving each
Do
other.
they have one pool of cameras, or does each network?
I think it's a pool cam.
I think so too.
I
So
think
that really lies on the direction.
Maybe
at the,
Maybe
at
the new
Capitol.
guy isn't good for TV.
Bad looking guy.
I look to the left. The new
Burns.
guy. The new guy looks like
Scarred.
He's all bald, and well, the other guy was bald too.
Well, I mean, it's really not. If you've got model good looks, that's not the career.
How do you
choice.
get that job?
I don't know. I know that I must have asked the guy a bunch of questions about how that happened. I want to say some sort of military connection.
There has to be,
but I'm not sure. But
I bet you start as a Senate page.
I don't think it works that way.
I know.
I'll
It's not
look
like
that
an
up.
internship at a radio
I didn't
station.
get a chance to see it. I DVR'd it.
Here comes Sergeant at Arms Andy Rice.
But as you guys talk about what you thought of it, we'll look that up. And I'll get
Okay,
you an
very
answer.
good. I'd like to do that. So, the State of the Onion last night, and I really thought I agree with Rob Spiewak. I think he kind of walked that line and was able to assert himself to a certain degree without really, attacking and degrading. You really can't do that in the State of the Union.
can't.
You've got the divided House of Congress, and you have to make sure you don't step on too many toes.
Question also about direction. Does the camera pool or the director, do they have a copy of the speech? Because they were awfully quick about cutting to people.
Did you see when they shoehorned the gay NBA player in there?
Yes, and they put up a credit. It's a gay NBA player.
That's it. For no, and am I right?
Oh, that is horrible.
For absolutely no reason.
Well, the
It was
reason
just,
was
we have to get the gay NBA player.
Well, it's the reason. It's like, it was written on the card. They had to read it.
There's nothing wrong with that, but couldn't you portray the man as like something else?
Yeah.
First openly gay NBA player. I believe it was his name.
But for no reason. It didn't relate to the speech.
It absolutely didn't reason. And I'm like, they got that on national television for everybody to see during the State of the Union.
Wait, so Barack wasn't addressing gay marriage?
No, not at all. No,
that's like an airplane spoof.
This moment, it was just, I was sitting there and go, well, I'm glad they got that in there. Make sure when he's leaving, everybody knows he's the first openly gay NBA player.
Well, he certainly is now. The thing, this was a comparable moment. I don't even think we talked about this. During the red carpet of the Golden Globes, they put up a graphic on E that said, fun fact, Michael J. Fox was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 1998.
Oh, my God.
They called that a fun fact.
And it's just the producers seem to always, we have to get that in there.
We've prepared a graphic.
Make
We've
sure
got to use it.
We get the gay NBA player. Well, it's really not in the context of this. I don't care. Just get a picture of him and make sure people know he's openly gay.
We paid for the super.
Did you find out about the Sergeant at Arms?
The Sergeant at Arms is the real deal.
Okay.
Like, this isn't just a guy that they decide, hey, come every year you get to do this.
Yeah, and it's a pretty long contract, at least the guy I talked to.
Yeah, he is the chief law enforcement officer for the Senate, and the Sergeant at Arms is charged with maintaining security for the Capitol and the Senate buildings.
So he's a law enforcement
That is the
official.
real
Big
deal.
That's what he is. He's a law enforcement
So he's
official.
more of a policeman than a. Is he military though?
Sometimes they're military,
Okay.
but the fact is, yeah, he's head of security. That's his job.
Did you think the speech went
Chief
a little?
law enforcement officer.
Do you think it went a little long?
It
had
went-
a great finish, but I think the third of it was a little plotting. I thought.
Well,
I thought he
think
started out dynamite.
It went long because he was interrupted a lot, and that same drill that they have. I love it. I think the State of the Union is theater, and it's fun to watch these people because you see the faces. And there was one lady when he was talking about equal pay for women in the workplace, and they showed a shot of this lady,
And like the
This
orange lady?
Yeah, the orange had like coffee cake hair, but only like bright orange, bright purple, like an 80-year-old lady with with mall hair.
It really looked like someone that would be commenting on fashion on the red carpet from the E Network.
Yeah, in 1930.
Yeah, and that's who I wanted to know. That's who I wanted to know who it was.
And he says, and of course, women still make 77 cents for every dollar men make, and we want to change that, and let's change it today. And they go crazy, and they get a shot of this lady with her purple hair, and she's just hugging people.
This is my favorite part of the speech. I love this president. This was the best part.
Who's
This is
gonna
why
let
I
her?
came here today. I thought it was really great. He's so well spoken.
Sounds like my mom in the 70s.
He's so well spoken.
And then they have the shot. The number one thing, and I think next to the actual speech, was and continues to be our speaker, Mr. Speaker John Boehner.
Zawabuz.
And I think the comments that I was reading all over social networking, in my humble opinion, bordered on racist a little bit. When you're like, he's darker than Obama. I'm like, okay,
Wow.
thank you for making that very. Yeah, I mean, I read that more than one time. Maybe
not
it's
okay.
my circle of friends, But
Mike
the fact
runs
is-
with a different crowd.
But it was
Okay.
but it was just like. Okay, we get it, but he, as soon as I read a couple of these, I'm like, okay, that's not appropriate.
Right.
And then I looking back, and I'm looking at Boehner, and I'm like, God. Then the whole tan thing comes. I said, and Carl and I go into this whole discussion. I said, he's got to have like a tanning bed in his office.
You think so?
He can't be out of doors that much.
Maybe there's a tanning bed. Don't they have some fabulous gym for the Senate?
Yeah, they have the congressional.
There must be a senatorial
congressional tanning bed.
Yeah, the CTB.
Yes. Next to Olympia Snow. No, she didn't use it. She was pale. It was, but you look at him and he is oranger, like he ramps it up for the big national TV appearance. That's
Yeah.
what I got the impression.
Maybe he just trowels on the makeup.
No, there's no way.
You don't think? What if he pulled up his sleeve and his arm was just paper white?
Right?
Could be. You never could tell.
He's got the gel. We will continue our discussion on the state of the onion. Also, I want to talk about the fact that there's one need the Republican Party has. You have something going to break?
Yeah, Boehner apparently rents a Capitol Hill apartment from a tanning bed lobbyist.
Oh my God!
No, he does
Yes.
not.
No!
Cite a source. Where is that coming from?
TheDailyCaller.com. I will read the article now.
All right, very good. We'll take a break. Come back with more on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Amazon. Our Amazon page, truly the best way to support the Mike O'Mara Show. We appreciate that. So go get all your good stuff, all your goodies at Amazon. I know right now Amazon is having an amazing clearance sale on watches. 'Tis the season. Their holiday inventory, they're wiping out a little bit of that. So go to MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon, see if you can get a great deal.
I bought my tanning gel there.
That's good. The stuff that you use, it smells so nice.
Thank you. Like coconut.
Today and every day, a great way to save money and support the show. Remember, click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and don't be afraid to bookmark it. And also, all you office managers out there, buy all your stuff through Amazon and the Mike O'Mara Show. We appreciate
The best place. You know what's great there? Printer ink.
Printer
you save
ink.
all kinds of money if you buy your printer ink through Amazon. That's where I buy mine.
You know, the thing is, and Pony and I have discussed this, and the key to doing that, if you're running a small business, if you're running a small office, even a large office, the key to doing that is planning.
Yes.
Knowing, how much ink you use, when you do it, so you can order it online at Amazon. It's a very good way to do that.
Yesterday for my, because I'm the HOA president for my condo. Thank you. Thank you. It is a lot of hard work.
It is.
Bravo.
You make it look easy,
I won't be
though.
running again. I didn't realize how much time it would take out of my life.
How long's your term?
My term is up in 2 months.
If no one opposes you, don't you have to repeat?
Well, I wrote a nice long email saying why I can't do X, and X anymore, but thank you for the run.
You enjoyed it, and now you can put this on your political resume when you finally run for office.
As my sister said, put it on your CV. And I said, what's a CV?
Oh, your curricula vitae. I had to ask the question, too. Someone asked for mine once.
And I said, look, I'm going to go to Amazon, as I did before. We need more salt. We need a couple more ergonomic shovels, and we ordered them right there. They'll be here in 2 days.
There you go. And you went through the Michael Mara Show page. That's great.
And also, I know you haven't teased it, but...
No, because I completely forgot about it, and now it moves to the top of the hit
I think
parade.
we have to. I mean, okay, so good speech. Thank you, Mr.
Good
President.
speech. Thank you very much. Oh, one real thing, okay? Republican Party, just some advice from me to you. You need better hair. You need better hair. I didn't get the thread that I was looking for, but I said when you combine Rand Paul's hair and Ted Cruz's hair, what do you get? And, of course, nobody gave me anything. When you ask for it, you don't receive it.
No, you don't.
You don't really receive it.
And you know what? Even like the good hair, like Senator John McCain, it's really non-committal hair.
Yeah, the only thing that was funny.
You want something better, something more dynamic.
You know what? Let me give him credit because there was one guy that actually. Ted Cruz's hair. I think I said something about the dry look for Ted Cruz might be a really good idea. And the only funny one, I can't go look for it now, but it was Republicans. Talking about Rand Paul's hair.
I see here that Boehner actually does rent a Capitol Hill English basement and up an apartment for himself.
What is an English basement?
I have no idea.
I think it's a step-down basement, perhaps.
Nice.
That would make sense.
You know,
when you see those old row houses
as opposed to a step-up attic.
Maybe it would be like where like Laverne and Shirley had. They had like the basement apartment.
Mm-hmm. Well, an apartment like that, and he rents it from a lobbying firm that represents the American Sun Tanning Association.
That's crazy.
I'm stunned because hasn't he denied this?
Well,
hasn't he denied this before?
He denies that he actually, tans.
Right.
But
it's impossible to deny something when you look like him.
Well, he could also be using cream.
He could.
Or the clear.
I tried that in college one time. Oh,
really? Tanning cream?
Did you turn orange?
I didn't turn a color that I was comfortable going out in.
How long did it last?
It was a good 2 days.
Actually, it was a really horrible 2 days.
Now, I remember it was a Friday night. I'm like, oh, I'm so pale. And my roommate, who was a girl, had the sunning cream. She's like, you should just try this on. Put it on.
Sunning cream.
Not a dorm roommate, right?
No, we lived in a house. And I said, I'll try it on. And I said, I'm not going out, ladies.
That's right.
I put the stuff on
I'm going to
before.
sit downstairs
What stuff?
and watch a game.
I put the stuff you get like
2 days.
the golden bottles that you have, and you put that on your skin.
Yeah.
And you gotta rub it on the right way, or you look ridiculous.
Yeah, there was. You've probably seen actually take the threat alert scale where you have the yellow to like deep red.
Right. Oh, yeah, when you see it at the airport.
Yeah, when you see it at the airport. That was my face. And if somebody
you
could
had all the colors on your face?
There was no even of anything.
Yeah, and your hands were probably orange.
Your
too?
hands are done. And if you were to undress me, you would just see my tan orange hands and my tan face because I didn't have time for the entire body. Clearly.
What was the motivation? Because I mean, look, if we let's get away from the stereotypical thing that people from south of the border are all brown.
See,
Oscar is kind of fair-skinned.
I feel sorry for you guys that you don't tan like I do.
Yeah, sunny day. It's like you blind people.
Jesus.
But I would describe you as fair-skinned.
Yeah, I just remember my my roommates would tan, right? But when they wouldn't tan, they would use this cream. And I didn't know enough about tanning to know what was appropriate and what wasn't.
So you said, hey, Snooki,
I
I want to borrow.
They were from Jersey.
Where's Jay Wow's goo?
Her yellow bottle.
I lived with 3 ladies.
Come and knock on our door.
Megan, Dina, and Sarah, right?
Who was the hottest of the 3?
They were all equally attractive.
Oh, okay.
I swear to God.
You're not running for office now.
The diplomat.
I'm just saying. And I remember it was Megan that came, and I was like, you look good. Like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I just put the tanning cream on. It took forever, but I put it on. Mm-hmm. And I said, I was like, she goes, you want to try it? I didn't realize that when women put tanning cream on, they put it on their whole body, right? So there's an even, but
Yeah, and they can do that because it's kind of like the makeup thing. They know how to do it.
College fan Tana said, oh, we're going out in 15. Give me some of that gloop. I'll throw it on.
And that's the way guys do it.
I must have taken like 12 showers that weekend just to try and drill it out of my skin.
But it's like dye, right? You can't, it's like drawing on yourself with a brown Sharpie.
Come and knock on our door. Out of your 3, if you're not going to tell me which one's the hottest, out of the 3 that you were living with, did you have connubial relations with any of them or all of them?
I did not.
Really?
All my friends did, though.
All of them. The most awkward part of the tan, Mike, is when his landlord came down and said, I'm kind of worried about the way he looks.
Now, which one was that? That wasn't Mr. Roper.
That was Mr. Furley. I don't do Norman Fell.
Yeah.
I barely do Don Knotts.
Wasn't Don Knotts on that show for like one season?
No, he was on for like 4 or 5 seasons.
He
was on longer than the Ropers because the Ropers got a spinoff.
So sad.
The greatest roommates. They had the nicest cars any girls would ever have in college.
They were wealthy girls?
They would let me drive them around like they were mine. Like, I'm talking a high-end Mercedes, a fully loaded Grand Cherokee.
Well, they wanted you out of the house because they're boning your friends.
But no, they were so giving. And when you live with girls, you forget about that aspect of life, especially when they're young and using their parents' money.
I lived in a group house in Bethesda, which was right outside of the campus of American University. And the group house that I was living in was, let me see, I want to say one girl. And maybe the rest guys, bunch of broadcast people, and I still
anyone famous?
Not really.
Okay.
Not really. One of the guys went on to be
one guy.
One guy went on to be a
guy.
Yeah. But I remember when I got the basement with my own entrance. And it was bliss for me because I was able to come and go as I would please. But the group house thing is just, I mean, and we're talking about a detached house. We had a detached house.
Emotionally detached.
Very much so.
We're not all begging for attention, the broadcast majors.
All I know, and boy, this is really taxing my memory banks. When you talk about celebrity, one of my roommates may have dated a guy that was an anchor for NBC News and the network.
Really?
It was a network, and I think
Roger
he's
Mudd?
Still, no, I forgot what his name is. But he's not as he never gained real prominence
Forrest
on the network.
Sawyer.
It's not Forrest Sawyer. He's still working.
Oh, is he?
On NBC, and I think it was Richard.
Oh,
I forgot what his
Engel?
No, not Richard. No, I'm older than that.
I know you are, but who knows how old Richard Engel is?
But then we had another guy that ended up being a TV anchor down in like Oklahoma or something like that. Ken Wells.
Oh, he's good.
Ken Wells.
Why did I think you and Tony were roommates for some reason?
No, Tony and I were just classmates. We had a lot of classes together, and we worked at the radio station together on campus. 61 WAMU.
Very cool.
And 61 WAMU, if you come to Washington and you listen to NPR, WAMU,
Yes.
National Public Radio.
A little fresh air.
National Public Radio was upstairs with this huge building, an entire broadcast
Huge facility, right.
61 WAMU was basically a toilet that was down underneath the building at American University and had a series of little connecting rooms.
And you just followed all the pot smoke, and you found your way to 61.
You literally had to walk behind the building, and that was our little pathway down to WAMU, and we were what they call, you don't even hear it anymore because they call it cable now. It's a cable radio station. We were carrier current.
Oh, yeah.
We had a little low-grade signal that broadcast to the dorm rooms, and certain dorm rooms, like if you were in Hughes Hall,
yes,
named after Michael Hughes, of course. So inside. You would get the signal, but in other dorms, including mine, you didn't hear the signal at all.
We had the carrier current thing at WVCW, and they
WVC, and I bet you like to say that too. WVCW.
We used to actually make fun of our afternoon guy, Kevin, because he was the king of all pukers. So it was WVCW.
WVCW.
But the carrier current things were broken, so really the only place you could hear us was in the dining hall.
Right. You know what? I got hired.
Practice at least.
It was something,
right?
Yeah.
I got hired from American University by that guy, Chuck Dickman, and I'm afraid that I totally blew him off at the Consumer Electronics
Well, he didn't
show.
find his way to you.
Well, it's just he got program director on me, and when I got to the 30th question, it got a little annoying. It's like, well, what part of them? And I gave him the wrong directions the first day.
Oh no!
And that was
that place. I didn't know that was like 17 football fields.
Be honest, it was accidental that you gave him the wrong direction.
Yeah,
you wanted to see your program.
But then at a certain point, I was just like, oh, whatever. Enough with the questions.
You're not a patient man with a PhD.
What was he doing there?
I contacted him when I was between gigs, and if I remember correctly, I did not get the quick response. And I don't think he's
this
in
is not going well.
I don't think he's in the business anymore.
Oh, okay. But what was he doing there?
I don't know, because he was just going to come by and see me.
He was selling submarines.
Like that one guy.
That one guy, yeah.
Incidentally, if you need a reason to get the bonus show, get the bonus show for our bonus show at Consumer Electronics. It's fantastic.
WWVU-FM, the Moose.
It was the Moose?
No, this is his station.
This is my
the
station.
Moose?
The Moose, of course.
West Virginia University.
Did you even have mooses in West Virginia?
I never saw a moose while I was there. I saw a
Right.
couple manatees, and I've addressed that in the past.
None that you lived with, though.
2,600 watts. We actually had a real radio station.
Wow.
So you could be heard in Morgantown.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, way to go.
Yeah.
Always overachieving.
That's right. That's right.
It's in his DNA. It's the way that works. Speaking of DNA, we've got another marsupial that's in the studio.
Yes.
It's sugar glider time. Pony, are they here?
Yes, they are.
We're going to meet Miracle and Miley.
And also address something that happened yesterday that really creeped me out.
Yeah, it is disturbing. We'll
Yeah.
have all that for you when we come back. This is the Mike O'Mara Show. Don't go away. Hello, my name is Dracula.
What?
Are you a blood donor who lives in the D.C. metro area? Then check. Can I do it like Dracula? You're the client here. Hello. Can I get the? Well, let's give you the full ride. I mean, if he's going to give me permission, I'm going to give him extra time.
Yeah, we'll
Why
do it.
not?
This is a commercial for Innova Blood Donor Services and a brand new app that our friend Chris Yoko created. And I think I'll read the copy. The way any blood donating commercial should be given here. So
As
just
you
waiting
should.
for Rob. Here we go.
I'm trying to find the fugue.
Are you a blood donor who lives in the D.C. metro area? Then chances are you want to donate with Innova Blood Donor Services.
Wait, try that again.
Yeah, if you're going to do the Dracula and make him kind of Russian, you have to pronounce every V as a W and every W as a V. So, that would be Innova Blood Donor Services. We've worked with them before. As part of their charity Hockey Classic, and we're excited to share this with you. Good guy Chris Yoko, a friend of show, is a blood donor.
It's Baron Yoko.
Baron Christopher Yoko is a blood donor with Innova and has built an app for his fellow donors. An app, for those of you that have not been around the block or two, is an application for your phone.
Yes, it is.
The app is simple to use and it makes it easy too. Set reminders for when you're eligible to donate again. Find the blood drives closest to you. Get directions to drives and even quick links that allow you to book and manage your appointments online. If you're a blood donor.
Hey, announcer.
Yes.
Does it bother you that when you look into your smartphone, you can't see your reflection?
I see nothing at all. But that's okay. After this commercial, I will simply fly away. If you're a blood donor in the D.C. area, we'd love for you to download the app and use it to help you find a blood drive. Maybe even this weekend. No? And if you're a first-time donor, it's a great place to get started. The app is called Innova Blood Donor. And it's in the iTunes App Store and Google Play Market. Ooh. Or you can go to InnovaBlood.com. Please check it out today and donate soon. Tell them Vlad sent you. There it is. Not the conventional.
I like that.
Not the conventional approach.
I liked it.
All right, we're going to ask Mr. Yoko to slide over and for Mr. Ponyboy to come over to the microphone.
I like when you call him Mr. Ponyboy.
Mr. Ponyboy has a very big treat. This is the very first time. We've been talking about it for months.
Yes.
It was quite a process for him to get these creatures.
An expensive process and a time-consuming process.
But the sugar gliders have arrived. Pony has been breastfeeding them now for about a month. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we have the sugar gliders. It's Miley and Miracle, right?
That is correct.
And before the debut, can we discuss yesterday after the show? Because that really stayed with me.
Yeah, because did you bring it up yesterday about the sugar gliders?
Yes, I mentioned it after the show because everything was too busy.
Yeah, lots of good timing.
We had a very busy show yesterday, a very good show, lots going on,
right?
A lot of moving parts, and then at the conclusion, Pony made some reference, and of course, if you want the sugar gliders. And I said, oh, my God, that's right, Pony. We talked about that.
Been teasing them since last month.
Yeah. We talked about it around Christmas time, and then time got away from us. And he said, well, I had them here today. I said, Hold on, you had them during the entire show today. He brought them in like in his pocket.
Yes.
All day yesterday, and we didn't even know that they were here.
My personal reaction was if, let's say I was going on an international trip, coming back from South America, right? And I'm with my wonderful girlfriend, Shannon, that I trust.
Yes.
And out of the blue, she says, hold on a sec. We've crossed customs. She goes to the restroom, comes back, she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I had to get those black tar heroin balloons out of my...
Right.
You know.
Where she was hiding them.
Yeah. And I said... Because... as I sat here, that's exactly how I felt when Pony brought out these live animals.
I felt like we were being cheated somehow. You know what I mean? I felt
Cheated.
dirty.
I felt
sneaky.
I felt like we were being observed and ready to be murdered because he produced marsupials in a bag.
I think we can all agree he stepped into a new level of weirdness for us yesterday.
Yeah, I tried to describe this to my father, and there was like a 5-beat pause, and he said, and you shared a hotel room with that guy?
There you go.
Within striking distance.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He loves his little animals, and and he didn't want to make a big deal about his little animals, so he brought them to the studio yesterday, and they were here.
You know what he is? He's the passive-aggressive zookeeper.
And you keep them in your pocket, right? And they're perfectly comfortable.
Well, they're in a pouch here.
Okay.
So they're not really in my pocket.
Wow, that is really, really a straight guy's pouch.
Isn't it, though? That's the one they came in.
The rubber duckies on there.
Now, is that a special pouch for a sugar glider?
Yes, it is.
Okay, tell us what you're going to be doing now. How are you going to be exposing them to the world?
I have to take them around the room and just kind of open the pouch for people because they're not going to want to come out in the bright studio lights.
Got $10, says when he opens that pouch, he pulls out a handgun and kills us.
Do you want us to turn the lights off while you do this?
Well, I mean, you're not going to be able to see them. I'll just come around and show them.
Well, if you pulled them out,
why can't we pet them?
I'm not a guy that would ever say abuse an animal or
No, I don't want to do
mistreat
anything.
them. But if you were to take them out of the pouch, would they make that sound?
Probably not, but I don't want them to freak out.
Okay.
Right.
Hey, look, now listen, I think it's real important. I'm going to respect completely Pony's desire to keep these animals calm and happy, and I want to take a look at them, but I'm not into doing anything to agitate them at all, so I just want to see.
So put down that lighter.
Take them to the microwave. No.
Stand by the gong.
So what is you're running the show, Pony. You tell me what you want to do.
This is your second or third month.
What?
This is your second or third month with the gliders.
Oh, with them? I believe it's second.
Isn't it funny when Oscar asked Pony like a completely legitimate question that you and I immediately know what he said,
and I
Pony
have no
goes,
idea.
What?
Well, I think that's almost.
How
as
long
funny.
have you had the sugar gliders? Excuse me?
That's Mike. That's
sugar
almost
gliders?
as funny as when you say, "Pony, the show is yours."
Yeah.
I start filling out a resume.
My heart just dropped.
I want you to do this in a way that is comfortable for the
Pretend
sugar
no one's
gliders.
listening. You're talking to the mic and showing your friends.
Yes.
Your pets.
All right, I'll show you first.
Okay. It's like being at a pasta party.
You mind if I hold them?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Are you? I promise I won't do anything disrespectful.
If he were to reach his fingers into the bag, would they bite him?
No, probably not.
These things are the most
they don't bite hard.
adorable creatures I have seen in my life.
Really?
I kid you not.
So they are really cute.
They are adorable.
There is something in the bag? Because so far it could just be like, 10 sugar packets.
It's a painted finger. It's
Pony's eyeballs and Sharpie.
Hi, Mr. Oscar. We paid $1,000 for this.
Oh my God, they're adorable.
Right into the microphone.
Can I hold it?
Charlie?
Are we laughing too loud?
Charlie, into the microphone.
Yeah, please.
Look at this.
Oh my God! Look, he's sticking his head out.
Oh, can we get him on camera?
Yeah. He's gonna be there.
Yeah. Sugar glider right into the microphone.
All right, we're gonna do that. Now, what are you doing, Pony?
I'm getting the rim down so they can see.
Yeah, he's pulling down the rim.
Getting the rim down. That's an act that.
Now,
he
which
does
one
in
is
his
that
apartment.
we're seeing? Which is the more forward one? Is that Miley or Miracle?
This is
Miracle. Miracle is I guess more social.
Yeah, he's exploring.
Yes,
he's exploring.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
what's that, Pony? You're mumbling.
Sorry,
Speak up loud.
Trying to escape.
Let her go. Where's she gonna go? We live in a house.
Yeah, it's not like there's dogs running around.
What? She'll get into like the studio stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She wants to hide.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll
okay.
go where it's dark and we'll never.
All right. Enough of you talking off mic.
Jesus Christ.
Let's get you to
so
Rob.
neurotic about these.
Yeah. Jeez.
Now, what happens?
Hey, Mike. You wonder why he's single?
What happens when they have to urinate or make big potty?
That's
and
a
they're
good
in the
question.
bag?
What do you do about the issue?
They usually don't. They don't do that during the daytime.
Oh, like me.
Nocturnal BMs.
Rob only does nocturnal BM.
You know, there's no
that was
appreciable
Rob's
odor.
band, his garage band that he had at VCU. Nocturnal BM.
No appreciable odor. I thought the bag would reek like a guinea pig cage, but it's not bad.
Pretty amazing that they're so calm.
But still, you know what? He could have brought a unicorn today, and it wouldn't have impressed me the way the fact is that we did an entire show yesterday.
Can I see him again?
They've
please?
been in my shirt the whole day.
Yeah,
I'll make sure they don't get out.
Hey, why don't you put one on Mike's shoulder? Just for and she'll probably cling on. That's what they do. If I'm not mistaken.
I mean, is that don't do anything you're uncomfortable with?
He'll
Can
be
you do
fine. He's uncomfortable with everything.
Don't you remember?
Just do that.
The Johnny Carson show where they put the small rodent on Johnny's head.
He's not doing it. I like that. This is his territory. This is where he draws his line in the sand. I like that. Every man's got his limit. So you don't want to do that, right?
They're starting to get a little freaked out. They're clawing
what do
to
they
the bottom
call
of the
you and
bag.
text you and tell you?
No,
What
they're
happened?
They're trying to get to the bottom of the bag.
Because you were rolling the top down. It was only one way to go, Pony.
Yeah, they don't fly.
You were closing it.
That's right.
I don't think they want to come out.
And you know what? Who does?
So what?
It's not easy to say.
Do they come out for you in the evening? Do you? I mean, you say they get into stuff. So can you take them out of the pouch, or are you worried that they're going to dash off to?
I promise you.
I'm worried if I take them out. I'm worried they're going to try and get into one of these nooks in the table and climb under and.
To be fair, though,
it would be really hard to get them out.
It's a different environment at Pony's apartment because it's mostly bare walls, and also they're accustomed to evenings when he has a martini and dresses them.
Yeah.
Can they swim in that cup?
If you want to know Pony's apartment, I'll give you just a brief. As Rob said, hardwood floors, bare walls, hot plate, Jack Hanna poster. That's it. That's all.
One
it is.
hanging bulb. Right. One hanging bulb. Bare bulb.
That swings.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, all of his furniture was he got all of his furniture from a garage sale right after the community theater show Death of a Salesman. It was really, really special. It's very special.
Pony Loman.
Pony Willie Loman.
Have they brought you the joy that you were so yearning for, the companionship?
Yes, they have. They're very
How do they measure
enjoyable.
up to previous SGs?
They are a lot less of a pain in the ass.
How come? Explain.
Well, the previous one was very
thirsty.
Well, at the end he was.
Yeah, thank you.
Incidentally, you can't do that here, and he's done that for the previous one was very. Very what?
It's like he's
she
playing
was a
pyramid.
Pain in the ass. She would try. She would just get into trouble all the time. She would escape.
Speak ill of the dead, huh? How you roll?
You know what you're doing? You've got here really a marsupial, and you're very, very adamant that they have personalities and all that, but you're describing it like a sitcom character. She would always get into these crazy situations.
Can I see him one more time?
Her brain get rich quick.
Do you mind? I know you're stressing out. But I want to see him one more time because I really don't feel he was trying to climb out as soon as he came over to me. I'll make sure.
Are you talking about Pony or the sugar glider?
The sugar glider.
Okay.
All right. Let me
hold beautiful animals.
Yes.
Yeah, let him hold them.
You know what? Cute. Not.
Can I put it on my computer?
I don't like rats and mice, even when people say they're cute. But these are cute. These are not as vermin-y. Is that such a word?
Vermin-y is a good word.
I mean, a word. They don't.
Do you find pigeons vermin-y?
I find them disgusting.
Pigeons
but they're
are supposed to be the rats of.
Yeah, but vermin, I think, like
bird
rats,
family,
mice, guinea
I'm just
pigs.
digging on looking at them right now.
What about hamsters?
Hamsters, I'm not a fan.
What about a teddy bear hamster?
A teddy bear hamster is just like a fluffy vermin.
Oscar is so right, though. They are so damn cute.
Right?
It's hard to take your eyes off them. That's why I wanted to see them.
What if you talk to them, Mike?
When I'm calling you.
Hey, Pony, you don't have to answer this now, but food for thought, right?
And food
say
for the gliders.
Somehow you GHB a chicken to your place, and she wakes up and says, "Oh my God, where am I? Wait a second, are those beautiful animals sitting right there in their cage?" Like she notices them, right? She wants to hold them. You can't be this nervous around a beautiful young lady when you're sharing your animals. You can do it around us because we know you're kind of.
Well, he also let's be honest.
Yes.
He harbors a fear that we're going to hurt them in some way.
Why would we?
Do you not, in your deepest, darkest, don't you think they're going to do some sort of joke with the sugar gliders? And one of them might get hurt. Do you have that fear?
I've been listening to radio long enough.
I understand that. I completely understand that.
Whereas the young lady. It's it's all bets are off.
What I'm saying is he should use this new relationship,
but not in bedroom play.
No, to forge a new relationship.
You know what? Here, how do they respond to water?
They're not big fans.
They're not big fans. So
Unless you totally deprive them of it.
Yes, well, and they have another reaction.
No, can you take them into the tub or something like that?
Yeah, how do you wash them? Because
They
you can't
wash
get them.
themselves.
You can't
A
get
very
them.
small washcloth.
I have, Mike, it's a Maytag, and it's only 4 inches tall.
How do you wash them? Is there a cleaning ritual?
No, you don't have to do anything. They take care of themselves.
Oh, they're like cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's terrific. It's fun. Yeah, and the hair, the hair gets stuck on your tongue occasionally, but that's about it.
Yeah,
That's
when
an old
you
Steve Martin joke.
when you lick them,
No, he doesn't lick
How
them.
do you show them affection?
You pet them and play with them.
Hug
Do you
them
ever
and
buy
squeeze
them
love
gifts?
Oh, of course, all the time.
I mean, not like jewelry or anything, but do
Little
they have
chocolates.
toys?
Yeah, they have.
Your voice got so
branches
high.
and stuff. They run around with.
They have what?
They have branches and they'll run around on them.
What do you mean
and they'll-
branches?
In their
You mean
cage.
They're 3 inches long. You mean sticks?
Well, yes,
like
sticks.
toothpicks.
Okay, what if you got them a ball?
I gave them a ball and they didn't really seem to enjoy it. They just kind of
Again, like
rolled
me.
it and around and walked away.
Really not sports oriented.
No, not at all. They're not good runners.
As best you can, when you get home in the evening, and they're in their little aquarium.
Okay.
And is it a cage or
It's
is it
a
an
cage.
aquarium?
Cage.
It's a cage. All right.
It's a cage like you'd put a gerbil in.
Yeah. I mean, it's a big cage. It's like, I guess, 4 feet tall. It's a big cage.
But they
70
spend,
feet long.
4 feet tall.
They spend most of that time outside of the cage, either hanging on Pony or really
More or
just-
less.
Yeah, or in his pocket.
So when you're at home, do you have is your house kind of laid out seriously so that they can't get into a nook or a
Glider-proof.
cranny?
My room is, but I can't fix up the rest of the house. They'd probably go right up the chimney.
Yeah, the house was built pre-code, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Pre-glider code.
But you can let them out in your room and they can't hide.
Yeah. As long as there aren't any like little nooks that they can crawl into, like these holes on the table here, then
So you think they'd do a beeline for that?
they probably would, and it would be a bitch getting them out
Because
of all
it's
those
like
wires.
he's talking about the hole on our table where all the
wires.
the
Yeah, the
wires
wiring.
and the cables they all go.
What
into the
about
middle of
those natural nooks that a body has?
That's disgusting.
What are you doing?
Well, I mean, if you're sleeping,
So remember, ladies, the takeaway from this is if you're in Pony's bedroom, you can run, but you cannot.
Exactly.
What is your nightly drill when you get
Hey,
home?
now!
Hey, man. What is your drill with your sugar gliders?
yeah, what do they have to do for you before you do for them?
Oh, that's disgusting. I usually just let them out, and they run around, they play, and they'll climb up on things and glide down like they.
How long will they hang on you? Like, can you sit there and watch a whole TV show and they'll be comfortably like sitting on your arm or something like that?
I would say they'll stick around for a good 20 or 30 minutes.
So you could watch a sitcom, but not The Good Wife.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't watch True Detective.
No, you could not.
Well, they don't
my
like
new
drama.
favorite show.
Now, have they? You mentioned this in passing, and I think you buried the lead. They glide. They have
Yes.
loose skin, and they can actually sort of fly. Have you seen them do this yet?
Yeah, it's great.
They fly like in the apartment?
Yeah, they'll climb up on a bookcase and they'll look around and they'll see you and then they'll just glide down and land on your shoulder.
Oh, now see that to me. Now that's where they separate themselves. That's where they're a great pet.
A little Chaucer and then a little flight.
We need video. We need video of this from your massive smartphone.
I will provide video.
I would
you.
love
Why
to
can't
see.
you just put her up like on let's say the curtain here that separates the studio from the rest of the house,
Because
and then she'll fly down to you, right? She said, "Oh, there's Pony."
If they did that, could they like hit a mic cable and hurt themselves or something like that?
they're really, really accurate, so probably not.
So they know how to get to where they need to go.
Oh, yeah. They can land within like an inch of...
This way, Captain Sullenberger.
This is
Yes.
the most difficult interview on the history.
Yes, I'm
do they
sorry.
like doing this?
Yeah.
So when they glide, they're kind of in their natural
it's what
environment.
they're
Oh, yeah.
meant to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me pull the curtain back. What's going on here right now? Mike is miserable with this interview, but he's staying with the topic because he finds it fascinating.
I do.
This would have been
He's
over
right.
20 minutes ago.
He's right.
If he didn't love the topic.
I swear to God, I am curious about these little rodents. They are adorable. They look
Marsupials.
great, and they fly in the apartment. I mean, that to me is very cool. That would get him. That would get him a
Yeah,
date.
will you take just Miracle because she's probably more social out of all of them. Put Miracle on top of this mic boom right now and see what happens.
No.
He won't.
You pussy.
You know what? I understand you're trying to browbeat him into doing this, but he's not going to do that. I respect that. I'd feel horrible if these little creatures got out in the house and I had to like spend 2 days looking for. And Mrs. O'Mara is very, very sensitive about pets right now because did you see that burned cat on that was all over social networking?
I did. That was horrible.
Yeah, so she's very sensitive. So I don't want to be chasing down some little rat that's in the house,
especially one with
a sugar glider,
especially one Mike that's blessed with the gift of flight.
Yes, exactly. And what do you feed them again?
I make some. It's like yogurt and oatmeal and chicken and stuff. It's a pain in the ass.
I bet you make yogurt for him.
Yeah, you do.
Wow, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
From scratch, he feeds his animals. He loves them.
Yeah,
it's adorable.
Meanwhile, this boy doesn't eat, but he's making yogurt for the rats.
Will you be bringing them in periodically? Do you like carrying them with you? Oh, you like doing that. You like having them with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's weird. We're going to take a break, and we will come back with news you may not need on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Are you part of the procrastination?
I'll tell you later.
Never fear, folks. Not too late. In fact, you can do it all year. But go ahead and jump on the 2014 bonus show bandwagon. Order now, and you'll get all the 2014 shows, plus on-demand video access to each show and unlimited access to the entire anthology. That's every TMOS bonus show since we started at $69.99. You save over 25%. We also have monthly packages, as always. You can still buy each episode a la carte. Check out all the details at MikeO'MaraShow.com and choose the one that's right for you. Just click the bonus show banner. Remember, order now and you won't miss a single second of the bonus fun. The 2014 TMOS bonus package, because 5 hours a week just ain't enough, people.
Sing it, sister.
Yeah, baby. And we thank you in advance for that one. Thanks for doing that.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need. A comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
Oscar, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I was curious. The way he holds them, they're in the front of his body, close to his chest.
You're talking about the sugar gliders
yes,
again.
and I'm sorry, back to the sugar gliders.
Yes.
How does he wear a seatbelt?
Well, the seatbelt goes around your waist and over your shoulder, so you just put it to the side so it's not being crushed by the seatbelt.
And so they don't wear a seatbelt.
Well, no, they can't.
Well, I think that's sad.
Yeah. I think that's, any entrepreneurs out there that are looking to make a quick buck. Sugar glider seatbelts.
That's right. Standard in every Subaru.
Sure. President Barack Obama vowed on Tuesday to bypass a divided Congress and take action on his own to bolster America's middle class in a State of the Union address that he used to try to breathe new life into his second term after a troubled year. Rob and I kind of liked it.
I thought that was one of his greatest successes, is the fact that he said that he left himself open to work with Congress, but he's going to do everything in his power to get around them if they don't work with him. And that's a hard line to walk, because you don't want to look like a contrarian, but he also stayed focused on the prize. I thought the first two-thirds of that speech last night I thought were almost dazzling.
All I know, when I watched that speech, I said to myself, I'll vote for him again. U.S. Representative Michael Grimm, did you see this on video?
Yes, I actually have the tape if you want to play
This is great. He was caught on a TV camera saying to a reporter, I'll break you in half. Apparently the reporter wanted to get some, audio, video on his impression, the congressman's impression of the State of the Union, and then he threw in a little question at the end about some campaign improprieties.
He's facing some charges,
Got some charges about illegal campaign funneling.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let's listen to it.
This is from the news network NY1, and the reporter was named Michael Scott.
And just finally, before we let you go, since we have you here, we haven't had a chance to kind of talk about some of the...
I'm not speaking about anything that's off topic. This is only about the president.
Well, what about...
Thank you.
All right, so Congressman Michael Grimm does not want to talk about some of the allegations concerning his campain finances.
So he walks away and then he comes back
on that, but he, as you saw, refused to talk about that. Back to you.
Why? Let me be clear to you. You have to do that to me again. I'll tell you.
He says, if you ever do that to me again, I'm going to throw you over this effing balcony.
I'm going to throw you over the effing balcony in the middle of the Capitol.
Yeah, you can see him on camera doing it.
The guy looks like, the congressman looks like a cast member from Goodfellas.
He does. Really? He does.
Yes.
No.
Oh, he looks like he's from the Jersey Shore. It's hysterical.
And he goes on to say, and you can't hear it, but you can see it subtitled. He says, you're not man enough to do this to me. You're a boy.
And he was a boy.
He was a boy.
He looks like he's 13.
He's reporting.
He's reporting, and he looks like he's 13. And no matter how pissed off the guy, you have to be a pro about that and handle that. It happens. Yeah. Oh, he got a zinger question from a reporter on the Hill.
Yeah.
How unusual.
I'm going to throw you off the balcony.
Goes into the fish. Camera was still rolling. Grim returned, confronted the reporter Michael Scotto. I wonder if he's part of the Scotto family.
Hey, who's cooking for us today?
There we go.
It's Scotto.
We're a-holes. He could be heard saying, "I'll break you in half." And NY1 said he threatened to throw Scotto over a balcony. Grim issued a statement late Tuesday. You would think that, he catches himself. No such luck with this douche. He says Tuesday the reporter had taken a cheap shot by asking a question about a topic other than President Barack Obama's State of the Union address, which the president had just delivered. He goes on in his quote-unquote statement not to apologize, and it was funny to watch.
Yeah, I don't
Doesn't
care
that
for either of
scream
them.
guilty?
Yeah, well, the guy's
yeah,
he took the money. A rare blast of snow, sleet, and ice hit the U.S. South on Tuesday, prompting 5 states to declare a state of emergency. If you saw this, I get all my southern news from Mr. Trip Affleck.
Of course.
Who was very, very excited about the snow.
Yes, he is sort of the Sam Champion of Georgia.
In Hotlanta, it really caused havoc.
Crippled the city.
Because, welcome to what we experience here in D.C., apparently the forecasters caught with their pants down.
Yes.
Didn't think it was coming as soon as it was going to come, and everybody decided to leave work and school at the same time, and everybody got effed.
Now, you might not even remember this, but do you know the last time you and I were in Atlanta was for a Super Bowl?
And they had an ice storm?
And they had an ice storm, and it panicked the city. Friday was almost useless in the entire city, and it wasn't much.
Friday late in the day.
They just don't have the infrastructure to deal with it down there.
I know that I got out of Atlanta. I remember that. I remember I had an earlier flight.
Oh, so you left right after our Friday show.
Right after the Friday show, I got out of Dodge, and then you stayed in Atlanta, and it was paralyzed.
Yeah,
right?
well, I like to stay and try to get my best hangover ever.
Georgia, Louisiana, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina each declared a state of emergency, telling motorists to stay off the roads. The good news about this, because it is the South, with a quick warm-up, things should be, getting back to normal by tomorrow.
Yeah, I would think so, but still, the kids asleep in the gym. That's horrifying to see.
Yeah, that's nasty. Metal rock band Motley Crue, which became emblematic of the hard-partying hair metal acts popular in the 80s, will call it quits after their scheduled farewell tour concludes next year.
We actually have audio of them coming up in the vault, so stay tuned, metalheads.
Best known for hit songs Dr. Feelgood and Girls, 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 Motley Crue made the decision legally binding by signing a cessation of touring agreement. Never heard of that.
Yeah. I saw this performance.
A cessation of touring agreement?
Yes. I mean, it's really showmanship. But there's also something else going on. It's been happening for, I think, the past 6 or 7 years, if I'm not mistaken, but more so than I have ever seen before.
What's that?
That Vince Neil, lead singer of Motley Crue, looks like he ate Vince Neil, lead singer of Motley Crue.
And
he's puffy.
And for guys like Motley Crue, the big man thing, it works for DJs okay, but it does not work for
works
rockers.
Great for disc jockeys.
You just can't do it.
I thought there was something wrong with my aspect ratio on my TV. I said, there's something wrong with this.
He got that big?
Yes.
He looks like Ron Jeremy now?
It doesn't look right.
Oh, that's nasty.
Poor
now,
guy.
is it just fat, or do you think it's puffy fat?
Like
liver failure fat.
That's the worst kind of fat.
After I figured out that there was nothing wrong with my aspect ratio, I said, if it's an addiction thing, maybe he's just eating food instead of doing drugs.
Do you think that he's having trouble finding a white denim jacket in his size?
Well, speaking of aspect ratio, 50 came with a televised bash, celebrity friends, and a black-tie dinner, but Oprah will have a low-key 60th birthday. I will admit to feeling a little old when I heard Oprah was turning 60.
Yeah, that makes us all old, Mike, because you know what? We are old.
That's true.
Yeah.
She's having a little quiet birthday in California on today. Actually, she had it yesterday. The billionaire media entrepreneur will have a quiet dinner at the seaside town of Montecito. Winfrey had previously said she would have the biggest blowout party I can dream of, but she scaled back after the guest list grew too large. I feel manipulated with that story. I think that's all BS.
Well, you know what? Everyone reports what Oprah tells us to report.
Exactly.
And there you are.
Maybe the best way to get people to brush their teeth is to trick them so they think they're actually packing their sweet pink mouths with dessert.
How do you mean?
Next month, Crest will be releasing, are you ready?
Yes.
Chocolate toothpaste.
Yuck!
Wow. But they've got bubble gum already.
For adults. Chocolate toothpaste for adults. Would you try it?
Yeah, why not?
I'd try it, but you know what? I still use the same toothpaste I used when I was 2 years old.
I use as medicinal, I think probably as medicinal a toothpaste as you can.
What is it?
Listerine.
That's pretty tough stuff.
And it's hard to find. I use Listerine toothpaste. I am so obsessed with Listerine because I really think Listerine for me, and I am not a compensated spokesperson.
Not yet, Chris.
I will tell you that I do believe that is what keeps me from not getting colds on a regular
I
basis.
use the Latin man's, and this is just simply cultural.
What is
My
it?
mom would not buy anything but Colgate.
Colgate, yes, that Colgate, nice flavor to Colgate.
Yeah, I use Crest, the standard old-fashioned Crest.
I am so not surprised.
But after
of course
40
you
years.
use Crest. Crest, the best marketed of all the toothpaste.
Of course.
Vanilla uses Crest. It just doesn't surprise me. Colgate or Crest, I wouldn't think anything else.
And when they try to use the new zany flavors of Crest, it's
Right.
it pisses me off. I say this is not right. This is not what I need in the morning.
And I'm a big fan of the two gay flavors as well.
What's that?
Close Up and Aquafresh.
Oh, Close Up is gay.
Thank you. Anyway, the flavor's called Mint Chocolate Trek.
Oh, so it has mint and chocolate
Later
in
in the year, they will also be releasing flavors called Lime Spearmint Zest and Vanilla Mint Spark. Do you notice with gum flavors and this, there's always that mint element in every one of these flavors?
Because I think it's cheap and it's strong.
And it's artificial.
Yeah.
And that's how they get away with it.
Call me when Crest comes out with the next flavor, beef burgundy.
A Crest executive says the toothpaste is targeted at, quote, experiential consumers.
People that like to experiment?
I guess so. Like boys that have sugar gliders.
That's right.
Basically, corporate speak for we're making up words, so please just buy this thing.
Crest issued another press release that said, this is great for idiots.
That's right. And now, a little something for all of you. Back in September, 61-year-old Paul Lovell of London, England, was caught having public sex with a sheep.
Well, that's not right.
Yes, thank you very much. And incidentally, for this show, whenever I need to use a sheep sound effect, I always play the dolphin. Thank you. Just to deal with it, that's it.
That sheep is soaking wet.
He's having sex with a sheep. He was in court this week and finally explained why he had sex with the sheep. He admitted he only did it because he tried to have sex with a cow, but the cow rejected him.
Well, that's sad.
Let me see if I can handle this delicately.
Please.
He says he tried to get the cow to perform.
Mm-hmm.
When the cow just wouldn't do it, he went for the sheep. Apparently, when he said that in court, members of the jury busted out laughing. Can't imagine why that would happen.
Right.
The judge ended up yelling at the jury. Paul is facing one count of outraging public indecency. I love those London laws.
Outrageous.
And outraging public indecency for having sex with a sheep. He's out on bail as long as he doesn't go back to the area where he was getting it on with the sheep and getting turned down by cows. He was also ordered to turn over all of his sweaters. That's it. We will take a break. Come back with Rob Spiewak and the Magic Audio Vault right here. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I want to tell you again about how much I'm enjoying my Sleep Number bed. Really, really one of the most amazing products I have ever come across in all my days on the planet, and I'm not overstating it because it saved my back and it will save yours, and it will also get you a great night's sleep. 9 out of 10 couples disagree on how firm their mattress should be. That's right, 90%. So they have a disagreement on that. Here's what's great about my Sleep Number King mattress. You got Carla's side over here that she adjusts, and you got Penny's side over here that I adjust. That's
Still
right.
calling it Penny, huh?
Well, she put it in the Sleep Number remote. She put Penny as my name. Just you see, she's making a joke that I'm larger than she is.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, so I love my Sleep Number bed. You will too. Here's another fact. By your 20th anniversary, you will have spent nearly... how many
7 years.
7 years in bed.
Yes, maybe more if you're doing it right.
That's why the Sleep Number bed allows you to sleep better together. The O'Maras love ours. We do. We love that. Carla prefers a Sleep Number right now. She is at, I want to say, 75, and I'm all the way up to 95. Because,
look at you.
Wow.
Because I did a little activity down in Florida, and I firm it up when I want to get my back back.
Yeah,
in shape.
you do.
Thank you, baby. Remember, you'll only find Sleep Number beds at Sleep Number stores, where queen mattresses start at just $699 right now at Sleep Number. Take advantage of 48 months special financing on select Sleep Number beds with approved credit. This offer ends February 2nd. See store for details. Find your Sleep Number setting today at any of the 425 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Brand new one just opened up in Gainesville, Virginia.
Fantastic. Stop
Saw
by.
it yesterday. It's a brand new store, and they're open. Go check them out. Or you can call 800-511-0061. That number again is 800-511-0061. Don't forget to tell them that Mike O'Mara sent you. Let's open up the audio vault for today. This is Wednesday, January 29, 2014.
I very seldom start the audio vault with a thank you, but I have to thank Todd Moore.
Todd Moore, Tomo?
Yeah, because when I was in Las Vegas, I downloaded one of his apps, an older app called Card Counter, and it teaches you how to beat the casinos at their own game.
And it works.
It didn't work for me because I didn't devote enough time to it. $100 gone. But I actually wrote a review of Card Counter, and I put my name up there in the App Store, and it said, your review. I said, love the game, great announcer. Because the announcer of Card Counter is our own Oscar Santana. And so Todd saw
doesn't
my
normally
comment.
get an announcing gig.
How about there's probably work that you've done, I would say decades ago that you hope no one ever finds.
Yeah, the Primetime Video Zoo with Donna
Okay, well,
that
that
was
would
the embarrassing
be it, right?
thing I ever did.
This is my Primetime Video Zoo.
But what was so nice is that Todd was so pleased with my nice review.
I did a Merchants Tire and Auto commercial I'm not real proud of either.
And you know what? Don't look for it on YouTube, folks, because it's not there.
Very proud of the Shoppers Food Warehouse top quality tomato.
That's always a good one.
And I was very, very proud of being Happy Bass, Lake Anna's official spokesman.
Happy Bass?
Yeah, Happy Bass.
I did not.
You never heard that one?
I don't think so.
43 miles of crystal clear shoreline. Sorry. Still remember the copy.
As a thank you, Todd Moore sent me the actual files that were used to build the app.
My best friend,
Mike,
Todd.
Here you go.
Welcome to Card Counter.
That is fantastic.
Now, let's say you don't do well at card counting.
Right.
Awful.
Maybe you're better.
Correct.
Or even really good.
Excellent.
Sometimes when
He's doing the Reading Rainbow voice.
Sometimes
Reading Rainbow.
when it's done, he wants you to keep trying.
Game over. Keep practicing.
Or if you did a really nice job.
Game over. Nice counting.
And he will reinforce good behavior.
Yes. Good job.
And I don't even know what this one is.
Got a high score?
I don't know. But sometimes you get it right, Mike, and sometimes you don't.
Incorrect.
But it's always time to begin.
Let's get started.
But watch what you're doing.
Not good.
And you know what? There's also advice.
Study up.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And where are we? Where are we?
Welcome to Card Counter.
And the question that you will get 1,000,000 times if you play, and Pony will back me up because we heard this every night in Las Vegas.
What's the count? What's the count?
I just
What's
wanna,
the count?
What's that?
Before I die.
Yes?
Wrong.
Because I would like to. I would like the great Lord to strike me down right now.
You nailed it.
You got to keep those handy.
I always will. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That it's 2014 right now.
It is.
That was recorded in, I would say, early 2008.
Oh, really? That long ago?
Yes.
Welcome to Card Counter.
Welcome to Card Counter. What's the count?
Now, didn't he tell you to try to not sound like yourself?
He said, give me like a radio voice.
Right.
And then
You nailed it.
I said... And I remember as I was recording it,
you go to the rough throat when you are doing anything that's out of your comfort zone.
Yes,
That's
I
why
just know. I know.
Reading Rainbow.
I know what I would do
That's
if
right.
I was. Dude, if I was doing that voice, it'd be to make fun of a DJ that's puking.
Exactly.
Yes.
Game over. Nice counting.
And I knew this was an issue when the reviews started coming in, and at one point, Las Vegas had banned this application.
Oh, it's
Like,
a big deal.
It was on CNN.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
it was a big application.
Well, I mean, it really is. I saw you playing with it. I didn't hear that. I remember you played a little
Study
bit.
up.
You know what? That is so funny to me right now. But when you showed that to me in Vegas, I was so into my degenerate frenzy that all I was looking at, okay, that's funny. That's who's got the. So it really does teach you how to count cards, right?
You know what, though? I will say
my
this.
mind.
It is very solid logic, and it does work. However, it requires a lot of math and a lot of practice. I did work with it, and the theories stand. It's based on that. What is that movie with Kevin Spacey? It's based on the same theory as 21. Teach you how to do it.
Did you ever take it into the casino, the concept with you?
I couldn't, but I couldn't move as fast as you need to do it when you're dealing with a 3-deck shoe.
Yeah, and there's a strategy that they
And
have.
sometimes they have more decks, more shoes than actual the 3.
If you can get a single deck game, you
could probably do it.
You can probably enjoy that.
And we close with Conan O'Brien and Oscar. Thanks for being a good sport. That's right. Conan O'Brien brought, one of the celebrities at the State of the Union address last night was Willie Robertson from Duck Dynasty.
This is true. They announced it. One of the stars of Duck Dynasty will be in attendance for the State of the Union address tonight. Yeah. No, it's considered historic. The first time a Duck Dynasty member will be within 500 feet of a black person.
That's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Wednesday, everybody.
Thanks, Rob, and thank you, everybody. Chris Yoko, thanks for coming by. Innova Blood Donor Services, and make sure you check out Innova Blood Donor. Download that app, and that'll help you do the right thing, which is donating blood for everybody. Pony, thanks for bringing your sugar gliders. That was terrific. For all technical support questions, contact Pony Boy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. All correspondence for our show can be sent to TMOS, Box 3, Manassas, Virginia 20108. And remember, the official TMOS eVoice line is open all the time at 800-440-8167. And now for Oscar Santana and Rob Spiewak, this is Mike O'Mara saying, start counting.
What's the count?
Ciao, ciao.
Now that the show's over, remember to go to naturebox.com and order great tasting, healthy snacks at 50% off. Snack smarter in the new year with healthy and delicious treats like French toast granola. Support this podcast and get 50% off your first order. Go to naturebox.com and use promo code TMOS. That's naturebox.com, promo code TMOS.
Game over. Nice counting.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.